Hey guys, Jay! Welcome back to the channel. Guys, this is absolutely crazy. Hot on the heels of the Wondar situation that happened last week, I've gotten a notice from a viewer of the channel that photos from the new Master Universe 40th Anniversary He-Man from the Masterverse series have resurfaced, and this is absolutely crazy. I want to take a few minutes to take a look at this and really try to examine what's been going on and whether or not things have progressed or whether or not they've pretty much stayed the same. Guys, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I post up to 2 episodes a week, and I hope you guys enjoy. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you guys will always know when new episodes are posted. Well, guys, without further ado, let's take a deep dive into this and see exactly what's going on with this 40th Anniversary He-Man. Guys, I want to give a huge shout out to Roy, who was the first one to give me the heads up on this. Thank you, Roy, for sending me those photos. It really did help me to make this video. I did a little bit more research and I was able to find a little bit more information about this on Toy News International. They're a great resource for toy news all year round. Guys, head over to Toy News International today, give them a like and follow, and tell them that Jay sent you. If we scroll down a little bit, you can see that the changes have been made to the upcoming Master Universe 40th Anniversary He-Man? ? This is very interesting, guys, and I really want to take a look at this. Once again, thanks to Roy for giving me the heads up on this. This article comes to us courtesy of Jay Cochran. He goes on to say that an image for what appears to be an in-hand of the upcoming Master Universe 40th Anniversary He-Man has popped up online. Not sure where the image comes from, but it does appear that the new deco for He-Man seems to be ready to go. However, there are a few discrepancies here, as we can see right away. Jay notes that the packaging looks a bit wider, as did the figure itself. I believe that this is actually a Photoshop issue. I think somebody stretched out the photo and it's actually been manipulated somehow. So let's see if we can figure out what's going on. So guys, if we take a closer look at this photograph, we can see that there definitely is some very clear issues going on with this He-Man figure. The original seems to be much taller, as well as the colors are much more vibrant, whereas this new image, compared from the original on the left and the updated on the right, there seem to be a lot of things going on here. But I do believe, actually, in reality, this is a stretched image. The reason we can tell that is because if we zoom into the Mattel logo here, we can see that this is a round circle on the Mattel logo, and over here on this Mattel logo, it's rather squashed. It actually is, pretty stretched out. So, honestly, this is more than likely an issue with the actual photo itself being slightly manipulated or stretched out because of the software that the person using had made the changes to it. So, what we can do here is, this is the picture in question. It is rather stretched. It has been, whether it's manipulated or not, this is a major problem. So what I went ahead and did is I actually went into Photoshop and did a little bit of manipulation with the photo. What I did, take the original photo from a few months ago, and I did my best to try and match it with the new photo. And we can see here that the logo is much rounder. It's pretty much where we want it to be in terms of its overall orientation. And I think it's a more representative photo of what we can expect from this particular image. If we just swap between the two, we can see that it's much closer, and all the logos look right, the fonts look right. Obviously, depending on the angle it was taken, it's not going to be exactly the same, but I think it's a lot closer than the way it was originally presented here. Very, very wide. So now we can probably take a look at this with a more discerning eye to see exactly the changes that have been made here, if any. So if we look in the original photo, a lot of the questions that came up originally were that the deco looked really, really dirty, and it was one of those things where when we really took a much more closer examination of the photo, a lot of people were just upset that, you know what, there wasn't really a lot of care and attention taken to this particular He-Man figure, especially considering that it is the 40th anniversary, supposedly the most definitive version from the Masterverse, celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Master Universe He-Man. So, although the figure itself looks wonderfully sculpted and has a lot going for it, people were very, very concerned about the deco itself. And you know what, upon closer inspection, when I took a look at it a second time, I sort of shared those concerns, particularly in the fingers, where it just looked like he was, dipped in mud, and really wasn't as much, care and attention taken to it as one would hope. Looking at the newer figure, honestly, upon first inspection, I do have to say, it looks cleaner. It really does look a lot cleaner. Now, this is not the most high-resolution photo that Jay has provided to us, but I think we can see that they have taken some effort into doing a little bit more or a little bit less. And you know what? There's an old saying in design that less is more. And I'm wondering if they've actually taken that to heart here. If we take a closer look at the hairline, we can actually see that there is some deco in there. We can see that the highlights on the yellow are much more vibrant, whereas the waviness of the hair, the actual sculpting of the hair, they have put in some very light brown deco in there to actually enhance what's already there. I appreciate that. It does seem as if there is some light deco on his face. We can actually see some browning on the cheeks, a little bit on the brow, and all over the torso itself. It's a lot more of a lighter touch. We can see the highlights on the flash that was used to take it, but I think they've allowed for the musculature on the deco to really speak for itself, which is great. In reality, the original He-Man figure from 1983, he did not have much deco at all. And seeing this here, I actually do prefer the way this is starting to come out. More of the deco seems to be on the clothing and the hair. That seems to be, the furry loincloth and the hair. It seems to be where they're really making the concentration to actually put some more paint in those areas, and really sort of leaving alone most of the musculature. I can see some slight perhaps airbrushing here and here, but for the most part, it doesn't seem like there's really that much application done to the skin tone at all. I could be wrong. Again, these pictures aren't the best, but from what we can see here, they really have paid more attention to the clothing on the furry loincloth, the boots, and sort of left the hands and the skin, allowing for the original deco, the original sculpt to really, speak for itself. It does, and just upon a more, wide look, it seems as if he might just be slightly more yellow, but that just could be the way the photograph was taken, and perhaps a little bit more blown out because of the flash. But I do have to say, just upon my own observations, that he doesn't look nearly as dirty as this figure. I guess that's the easiest way to put it. But yeah, honestly, I'm not minding this version. It's looking like a very interesting addition, bar none, to comparatively to the other edition. Now, I was really in love with this when I first saw this particular fixture from afar. As the details started coming closer, we were able to nitpick and really get into the nitty-gritty. So it remains to be seen if that's going to be the same case with this particular version. But just on the first blush, just like the first time that we saw the original photo, I'm actually really liking this, and I hope that we get to see more pictures very, very soon. Well, guys, I got to tell you, those photos are looking pretty interesting. They are not the best, I have to admit, but in terms of getting a quick glimpse as to what is possible, I do have to say, I really am grateful to Roy and, of course, Toy News International for breaking these photos as early as they can. Now, having said that, comparing the two photos together, I do have to say that the term less is more really has, surfaced here, because we can see that the heavy deco that they were using before was really turning people off, and honestly, I think it was just a case of rushing out a product to try and excite people. But upon closer inspection, people were getting very, very nitpicky in terms of what the deco looked like, but with good reason, because in certain areas, it really did look like it was too heavy. And in this case, it looks like they've really pulled back and allowed for the musculature and the sculpting, the beautiful sculpting that's been done on the figure itself, to really speak for itself. But guys, let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts about this new He-Man photos that have just surfaced seemingly out of nowhere? Are you guys excited about the way it looks right now, or are you going to wait for newer pictures to show up and make your decisions then? And are you guys all in on the 40th anniversary He-Man, or are you pretty much tapped out on all the new figures that are coming out and the rising costs of action figures going forward? Guys, please leave those comments in the comment section below. I hope you guys are all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. We have the power, everybody. We have the power. Keep proud. I want to give a huge shout out to all my Patreon and channel member supporters: RyRackCan33, Old IT Guy, Princess Cagali, John Joker, Michael Traverso, Christopher Herndon, Snell World, Thomas Meyer, Budrick Porter, and Joseph Michaels. Thank you for all your support, everybody. It really means a lot to me, and really does help the channel to keep going.